George Washington was a very wise man. He said that no country can be trusted beyond its own self-interest. He said that habitual friendship towards a foreign country is as dangerous as a habitual enemy. The policy of America should be trade with all, but entangling alliances with nobody. The quarrels and vendettas in other parts of the world were none of our business, he said. As far as trade goes, all countries should be treated equal, with no favors granted to any of them. What do public schools teach about World War II? Not the truth. Remember, history is written by the victor. British colonialism was being challenged by Japan in 1940. September 1940, the U.S. placed an embargo on Japan by prohibiting exports of steel, scrap iron, and aviation fuel to Japan, due to Japan's takeover of northern French Indochina. The U.S. and Britain were expanding to acquire foreign assets from sovereign nations. In June of 41, Japan invaded southern Indochina. And in response, 2 days later, the U.S., Britain, and the Netherlands froze Japanese assets. This prevented Japan from buying oil, which would in time cripple its army and make its Navy and Air Force completely useless. The U.S. wanted to stop Japanese expansion, but the American people were not willing to go to war to stop it. The U.S. had broken the Japanese diplomatic code and knew an attack was imminent. The Navy was never warned. On December 7th, 1941, on an otherwise peaceful Sunday morning on a beautiful Hawaiian island, the first wave of Japanese airplanes left 6 aircraft carriers and struck Pearl Harbor a few minutes before 8 a.m. local time.
Planes. Beam bomb, get up! Get up! Jesus Christ. Another dumb drill. Son of a... Keep in the engine room! this? Daddy, you just give me into a goddamn airplane. Holy God! This is good footage! Did you see that? Holy cow! I hope there's still an airfield left.
3,500 Americans were killed or wounded in the attack. In Europe, Roosevelt was openly supplying the British. But behind the scenes, American businesses were profiting from German expansion. The Ford Corporation made every single German automobile and Jeep for Hitler. Henry Ford received the Grand Cross of the German Eagle at Hitler's direction. A large picture of Henry Ford hung prominently in Hitler's private office. And General Motors made every German tank. Financing of Nazi Germany was made possible by the Union Banking Corporation. One of the 7 directors of the Union Banking Corporation was Prescott Bush, father and grandfather to 2 U.S. presidents and senator of the United States. All manner of propaganda was used to convince the American people that support for the war was necessary. Here is but one example.
Payday. Millions of dollars pouring into the hands of the American worker. Now in the mind of the average worker live 2 separate personalities. One, the thrifty.
Wait a bit, laddie. You're going to save a bit of that, aren't you?
Oh, sure.
Oftentimes idle money burns a hole in your pocket, which brings out the other personality. The spendthrift.
Hi, big shot. Come on with me. I'll show you how to spend your dough.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy!
I got a couple of good dates.
But, laddie, I've got some better dates.
Important ones, too. When every American should pay his or her income tax gladly and proudly. This year, thanks to Hitler and Hirohito, taxes are higher than ever before. Will you have enough money on hand to meet your payments when they fall due?
We'll take care of that later. Forget it.
But you don't want to forget our fighting men, do you?
No, sir!
Then you'll have to start saving right away to meet your tax payments.
No.
Listen, chum. Spend it. It's your dough.
Yeah, it's my dough.
Aye, laddie. It's your dough. But it's your war, too. You must save for victory.
What's money for? Spend it. Shoot the works.
Nay, you must save it. Spend. Save.
Spend, save, spend, save, spend, save, spend, save, spend.
Well, now what are you going to do? Spend for the Axis? Or save for taxes? Just remember, every dollar you spend for something you don't need is a dollar spent to help the Axis. That's right. And every dollar you sock away for taxes is another dollar to sock the Axis. For it is your taxes, my taxes, our taxes that run the factories. American factories, working day and night. making guns, machine guns, anti-tank guns, long-range guns, guns, all kinds of guns. To blast the aggressors from the seas. Axes for American factories, working full blast, making planes. Bombers, dive bombers, flying fortresses, interceptors, stalk the birds of prey that fly by night. Taxes to bury the Axis. Taxes. Taxes for ships, battleships, battle cruisers, destroyers, all kinds of battle wagons. Taxes to sink the Axis. Taxes to keep them flying. Taxes to keep them rolling. Taxes to keep them coming. Taxes to beat to earth the evil destroyer of freedom and peace. This is our fight. The fight for freedom. Freedom of speech, of worship. Freedom from want and fear. Taxes will keep democracy on the march.
It is well documented that the Japanese were attempting to surrender to Truman prior to the use of nuclear weapons. Hiroshima and Nagasaki were large, vibrant cities. 140,000 innocent people died to demonstrate a weapon to the world. That is why the truth is not taught in schools. Those that control the past control the present, and those that control the present control the future. We have many examples in history where our government has staged or allowed events to happen in order to involve us in conflict, from the Bay of Pigs to the Gulf of Tonkin. Before you dismiss me as a conspiracy theorist, try to find evidence to disprove me. Many from the older generations will disbelieve the truth, because it would cause them to realize they were lied to all these years and that they were fooled. And that would be too much to bear for many of them. What else has our government lied about to involve us in conflict? If we do not know our history, we are doomed to repeat it.